Hey everyone, Brandon from the A team. Here's a brief overview of what to expect from the Accent B7C, the first product in Aputure's new Accent line of practical LED fixtures. The Accent B7C is an RGB WW color mixing LED light bulb using the same color mixing LED chipset as the Nova P300C. And the B7C boasts the same 2000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin color temperature and professional level color reproduction with the ability to achieve an SSI score as high as 85 in tungsten. The B7C utilizes a 7-watt LED output to create a 50-watt household tungsten light bulb equivalent. The Accent B7C is also the first color mixing filmmaking smart bulb to utilize a built-in battery, allowing it to run for over 70 minutes at maximum output, making it suitable for an immense number of use cases. And to enhance on-site workflow efficiency, the B7C is also the first smart bulb to include onboard control buttons, making toggling between CCT presets and adjusting brightness incredibly simple. And with sidus link Bluetooth app compatibility, users can easily control multiple B7C bulbs from a smartphone or iPad and unlock the B7C's fine-tunable color capabilities. Now let's move on to the build of the light. Starting at the bottom, the B7C features a standard E26/E27 lamp socket connector, meaning that it is compatible with most lamps anywhere in the world. Moving up, you can see the entire chassis of the B7C is constructed out of an aluminum heatsink to make the B7C completely passively cooled. That means there are no fans. Toward the top of the aluminum shell, you'll see that there are 3 integrated buttons for controlling the light. With these 3 buttons, you can turn the light on and off, toggle between 10 steps of dimming and 6 CCT presets, including 2000 Kelvin, 2700 Kelvin, 3200 Kelvin, 4300 Kelvin, 5500 Kelvin, and 6500 Kelvin, making it incredibly easy to set up a white light bulb without even opening the app. Simply use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the brightness and double press the power button to switch between CCT presets. Then to round off the bulb, we have the Toroidal diffusion cover. This uniquely designed diffusion cover allows the B7C to better dissipate any internal heat, as heat is not good for the internal components, especially the battery. That being said, we are using special high temperature resistant batteries in this application. The diffusion cover is also what allows the B7C to better spread its light to achieve optimal coverage, and once the light is on, a camera will pretty much never see the heat vent. As a practical bulb, white light reproduction is imperative to create a well-functioning film light. So like I mentioned before, the B7C uses the same LED chipset as the Nova P300C as the foundation for its color. This gives the B7C a super wide color temperature range of 2000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. And with sidus link, you can easily use source type presets to match existing fixtures, including tungsten filament lamps, 5600K HMI lamps, high pressure sodium lamps, a warm white halogen, and more. Sidus Link also takes the B7C's matching abilities to another level with the Source Match feature, which allows you to capture the CCT of a white light source with your phone and transmit it to the bulb, precisely matching your ambient light. The Accent B7C is not only capable of reproducing a wide range of white light, it is also a color mixing light fixture, able to produce saturated colors. The B7C bulb is able to produce over 90% of the saturated colors in the Rec 2020 color space, putting it on par with industry standard lighting instruments. Using the Sidus Link app, you can utilize HSI controls to fine-tune saturated color input, or even use the color picker function to capture color swatches and transmit them to the B7C. In order to access any color functionality, you will have to hop into the Sidus Link app. This is to avoid overcomplicating the 3-button interface. The Accent B7C, like all Aputure products, is a light that is made with filmmakers in mind. And as such, unlike consumer LED smart bulbs, the B7C uses high-end dimming technology to allow for flicker-free stepless dimming with no color shift. As a filmmaker, having flicker-free lighting fixtures should be the standard. Whereas other bulbs might flicker when any dimming occurs or when shooting at high frame rates, the B7C features 20 kHz stepless dimming that remains completely flicker-free up to at least 1000 frames per second, while maintaining impeccable color quality. In addition to its many other professional features, the B7C is also the first bulb designed for filmmakers to have a built-in battery. The B7C's internal battery can last for over 70 minutes at full power and over 20 hours as it approaches minimum brightness. This unique feature allows you to be incredibly flexible with your lighting and production design. You can place a new sconce into a scene without having to rewire any circuits, or even use a lamp during a power outage or in a location without easy electrical accessibility, all without the need for a noisy generator. The B7C's unique internal battery also allows it to have features that no other multicolor practical bulbs have, AC and DC power modes. In standard or AC power mode, the B7C acts as a normal light bulb. You can turn it on or off simply by connecting it to or disconnecting it from power. This means that an actor can realistically interact with any lamp the B7C is in without requiring another operator to control the light remotely. Simply turn off and on the light, like any other lamp, and the bulb will retain its last settings, making sure your scene and actor feel as natural as possible. In battery or DC power mode, the B7C will default to its internal rechargeable lithium battery when not connected to any AC power. Switching between these two modes is incredibly simple. All you have to do is simultaneously short press all three control buttons, and voila, it has changed from DC to AC power mode. You can tell you're changing from DC to AC power mode because the light will glow green at 30% output and gradually fade out. If you're switching from AC to DC power mode, the light will do the opposite, gradually fading up to 30% from 0. Another way to tell if you're in AC or DC power mode is how the light responds to you turning it on without any power. When the light is off and disconnected from a power source and you hold the power button for 3 seconds, if it is in DC or battery mode, it will turn on. If it pulses green 3 times, that means it is in AC power mode. While we're speaking of batteries, how do you charge the light? You can charge the B7C simply by inserting it into an actively powered lamp. You can then check to make sure it's charging by pressing either the plus or minus button when the bulb is powered off or in standby mode. If the light is charging, it will pulse a 3200 Kelvin white light 3 times. If the light is fully charged, it will glow with a 3200 Kelvin white light for 3 seconds before turning off again. In the latest available firmware of the light, you can check the battery charge level of the light in any mode, simply by pressing the plus and minus buttons simultaneously. This will cause the bulb to produce a pulsing blue light, where the number of pulses relates to its charge. 1 pulse is 0 to 20%, 2 pulses is 20 to 40%, 3 pulses is 40 to 60%, 4 pulses is 60 to 80%, and 5 pulses is 80 to 100%. When powered off or in standby mode, which is when the light is active but not emitting any light, the bulb can charge its battery from 0 to 100% in approximately 2 hours. The light can also charge while it is on, but only if the internal heat is not too high, which can be caused by high output or a warmer environment. Now, one of the major benefits of this light is its sidus mesh integration. Like with all other Aputure products that use Sidus Link technology, this light can connect to your phone or iPad as well as other Sidus Link enabled devices to create an incredible mesh network. One thing that we haven't covered yet is how to connect the B7C to your Sidus Link app. To do this, first you'll have to perform a Bluetooth reset on the light. You can do this by simultaneously pressing and holding the power button and the plus or minus button for 5 seconds. When the Bluetooth reset sequence initiates, the bulb will proceed to pulse red, green, then blue in sequence. Then you can connect to the B7C using the Sidus Link app. In addition to standard white light and color controls, the Sidus Link app allows you to trigger effects on the B7C, such as fire or faulty bulb effects. However, the more exciting aspect is that the B7C natively supports the Sidus Pro Effects feature set, including picker effects, manual effects, and magic program. With picker effects, users can use their smartphone to capture an effect or lighting pattern and upload that effect to the B7C to recall it later. Manual effects allows users to create completely unique lighting effects from scratch by adjusting more than 30 different parameters. With these 2 new effects creation methods, users will have an infinite number of unique effects possibilities. But it doesn't stop there. The B7C is also compatible with Magic Program, like the MC, so you can create unique effects patterns and sequences on Magic Program's unique node timeline, allowing me to do anything from creating transitions to chase sequences. This is especially useful when using multiple bulbs, and we know from tons of user feedback that many people will be using more than just 1 or 2 bulbs at a time. That's why the B7C will also be available in an 8-light charging kit with a custom hardshell case that can store and charge up to 8 bulbs simultaneously. As a note for use in more extreme environments, like I mentioned before, the B7C is completely passively cooled and has a high temperature resistant internal battery. As the aluminum metal chassis helps to wick away heat from the internal components, the shell of the bulb can get hot, so do be careful when using it for long periods of time. In addition, the B7C has an ambient operating temperature of -10 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius. To ensure the longevity of the light, avoid using it in extreme temperatures. We recommend keeping the ambient temperature well below 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure that the B7C does not experience any symptoms of overheating. Keeping the bulb upright is the best position for airflow, but the bulb can be used in any position. I've kept it running in a moderate temperature office at a downward angle for over 24 hours at full power without any issues, which most users will never encounter. If the light enters battery protection mode, it will be able to resume working as soon as the internal components have cooled down. Switching the bulb to AC power mode will also protect the bulb in high temperatures, as the battery has less opportunity to heat up. Aside from that note, the B7C is an incredibly flexible and useful practical fixture with a unique combination of features that no other light has. And with that, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Accent B7C, a redefined, classic, practical fixture.